coming out of the stands.
Maybe
from,
a good
from
sign.
the rafters, rather.
Yeah, from the rafters.
As Tech in their reds today, Baylor in their greens, as Brewer taps it and gets it to herself. Wow, how about that?
That's that fearless fight that you were talking about, Mark, coming out early.
Caldwell hands off to Garantis out high. Top the free throw circle, Brewer. Now back out to Terry out high right-hand side to Caldwell on the wing right-hand side. Out on top, Cook Taylor. Baylor in the man-to-man. Out high, Garantis. Now on the left side, Caldwell. Steps back, 4-3, in and out, no good. Rebound, Alexis Jones for Baylor.
But patient for the Lady Raider offense. Good that Rasay took the shot right there.
Baylor's first touch of the afternoon. Prince to Davis. Now on the right-hand side, Jones looking inside for Kalani Brown. Terry really battling on her. Prince from 17 hits.
Well, she just makes it look easy. She's a 40% three-point shooter, as we said in the starting lineups. Couple of things. Zuri Sanders out today for the Lady Raiders with the flu.
And a backup for Baylor, Beatrice Montpriere, also out with an ankle injury. Garantis to Brewer out on top, left-hand side to Cook Taylor off the screen from 17, off the front of the rim and no good. Rebound taken away by Kalani Brown for Baylor, looking to run up the floor. Pass deflected. Ooh, thought that may have hit Davis's hands out of bounds, but they say no. Cook Taylor last touch.
But a good save by Vonnie. She jumped up high to tip that ball out of bounds because Nina Davis was going to come down with it and go up with a layup.
As Wallace will inbound underneath her own hoop right-hand side. Still looking, now cutting down Davis in the lane, scores on a little delay and then got down, and it's 4-0 Baylor here.
Well, you could hear her take that hard one dribble and go straight to the hoop with it. It's very aggressive.
Caldwell out on top. Now dribbles on the right-hand side, guarded by Wallace. Garantis now on the baseline right side. Cook Taylor with a left hand dribble in, kick out. Garantis 4-3, up and off the back of the iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Wallace able to run it down in the corner and push up into the front court to Jones on the right-hand side. Trying to go baseline against Garantis, up and under, and they get her for a foul in the basket.
Yeah, she slipped right by her. Boy, Alexis Jones just very, very fast. Gave a head fake left, went right, went up with it. Arella tried to come back and atone for that and blocked the shot, and instead she commits the foul. I thought she might have gotten just a little bit of a nick as she put up that shot just a moment ago. Arella, the three. But they didn't call a foul.
As Jones, who had a triple-double against Oklahoma, 24, 12, and 10 assists on Sunday.
First time that's happened in Baylor history that way. Now, Brittany Griner had 5 of the others that they've gotten, but had it with blocks.
But never with an assist.
Right.
As Caldwell out on top, as it's 7-0 Baylor here in the early go. Rasay looks around now, wants to go to the other side to Cook Taylor. Vonnie straight away, 17-footer swish. And Tech on the board, it's 7-2. Wallace brings it up.
Very effective lately. 17 points on Wednesday against Kansas State.
Looking inside, and boy, Jada Terry is still on the floor here, where it may be in essence like a flagrant one, where you get the free throw as Dio around the world, and the free throw is good. And now she'll get the second of the two here. 7-3 now our score. Baylor by 4.
7-4.
And Dio knocks them both down. For a little snack anytime, look no further than the new Little Grillers at Sonic. Their snack-sized grilled cheeses in 5 flavors starting at 79 cents.
All right, so that was a flagrant one there on Brown.
So that's what they do call. Because, my friends, this is how you Sonic. As Tech with the last 4 now with the basketball as well. As Caldwell with the left hand brings it up into the front court. On the left-hand side, Garantis in the man-to-man. Out on top, Brewer. Britt hands off back to Caldwell. And we're going to get Britt for an offensive foul for setting an illegal screen.
Yeah.
Well, Brittany told us on Thursday night at the coaches show, Chuck, that she is not afraid to mix it up. In fact, she likes it that way.
Jada Terry's getting ready to come back in the ballgame.
Lob inside Brown, catch, lays it up and in heavy traffic against Brewer. Kalani Brown, 13.5 points per game with her first basket, and it's 9-4.
And Brittany Brewer almost blocked that shot backhanded because she went back over to try to get the block there on Brown.
Caldwell with the left hand, hands off back to Olabode, now on the left-hand side back to Rasay. Rasay looks around with 10 on the shot clock. 7:05 to play here in the first quarter. Caldwell 4-3 and an out, no good. Right there, Garantis up and under, yes!
She followed the shot in. She went right at the hoop. This is something they have not been doing, and hits it. The little bunny inside.
There you go, 9-6 now. Back within 3. Nina Davis straight away hits. Davis, the player of the year in the Big 12 2 years ago, and it's 11-6. Garantis out on top. Rel guarded by Alexis Jones. What a good matchup that is to watch today. Deep wing right-hand side, Cook Taylor. Vonnie dumps down as Olabode spins, works up, powers it up, and no good. And Candy Whitaker thought it was a foul. I agree. Is back up the floor, Jones. Jones looking around, dump down inside, is back out on the baseline. Davis now back to Jones.
Need to make Baylor work a little bit.
As Brown up and under, around, a shot is no good. Fight for the rebound, and Britt picks it up. Nicely done.
Good defensive rebound there.
Caldwell, left side of the floor. Cook Taylor, bounce pass into the corner. Garantis, Arella with the dribble, spins, step back, got it.
Step back and hit it over Alexis Jones there, Mark. I think Coach Whitaker wanted her to take the baseline jumper and didn't, and then she spun inside and was able to get herself open.
11-8. Baylor's lead only at 3 right now as Wallace dribbles to the wing, guarded by Garantis. As Tech in the man-to-man as well. Off the screen, Prince. Looks, dumps down inside, Brown. Davis. Now back to Prince in the wing right side for 3, and it's off the rim, and no good. Garantis with a rebound for the Lady Raiders. 5:20 to play first quarter, 11-8 Baylor. Garantis out on top now with the right hand, starts down towards the baseline, kickoff Brewer, 15-footer off the front of the rim and no good. Rebound Prince, and back the other way comes Baylor. Wallace on the left-hand side, now tries to work around Brewer and Britt with the foul, and uh-oh, that's 2.
And that was a reach in there, it just slipped by her.
On a day when you really need as much height in the lineup as possible. As JT back in and Britt will sit, and Laren Brooks in the game for the first time, the 5'6" junior out of Richmond, Kentucky, and Cook Taylor will sit.
You really need Laren Brooks to get some shots up today for you. And you need some shots to go down after they miss a rebound like that. You've got to convert on those missed opportunities.
Lob on the catch for Lauren Cox, and it's knocked away by Olabode into the hands of Caldwell. Across the floor, Brooks steps back. 3 on the way is an air ball, no good. Fight for the rebound, run down, and last touch by Davis out of bounds.
Nina Davis and Jada Terry were going right after those threes.
Off the inbounds to Terry, handoff back to Brooks, and Tech will set up trailing by 3. Laren deep toward the corner right side, Olabode back out high right side to Brooks with 8 to shoot. As Brooks dribbles right to left.
She does not know how much time's left.
Now wants to go to work. Now she goes down the baseline against contact, got to throw it up, and they don't get it up. Shot clock violation.
She completely lost track of the time, and you knew that she had lost track of the time when she went underneath the bucket because it was over at that point.
As Baylor back with it, with an 11-8 lead here as Wallace out on top to Jones. Off the screen by Davis. Jones does not shoot. Back out high right-hand side. Wallace toward the corner. Goes to Prince with the left hand. Ooh, an extra step, a turnover.
Baylor so far in the game, Mark, in the first quarter here, shooting 5 of 7, 71%. They've only taken 1 3, and that was their 3rd turnover of the basketball game. See if the Lady Raiders can get some points here. You got to convert on some of these mistakes that Baylor makes early on is to make them feel queasy.
Bounce pass to Caldwell, wing left-hand side, guarded by Wallace, off the screen by Olabode. Floater, paint, got it!
That is money in the bank for Rashay Caldwell. She put that up with her right hand, too.
Tech within 1 at 11-10 here as we go under 4 minutes to play in the quarter. Wallace swinging around into the corner left side. Jones off the screen by Lauren Cox, the freshman. Bounce pass to her on the baseline over Olabode. Misses! Offensive rebound, Davis. Put back, yes. Davis was 6 already here, and it's 13-10. Baylor back to a 3-point cushion. Caldwell working against Wallace. On the wing left-hand side, Brooks. Laren looks around. Now off the screen by Terry.
You got to take that 3.
As Brooks looks around now as we approach 10 to shoot here as Caldwell. As Rashay wanting to go against Wallace, takes it down into the paint. Floater, fadeaway, yes.
That shot was created there by Rashay Caldwell, and that's the kind of things that we saw her do early on in the season and in Big 12 play, and hopefully she can continue that today.
In the corner right side, Prince off the screen by Cox. Pulls up from 12, off the back of the iron, no good. Davis offensive rebound. Back to Prince, swing it back out to Wallace, and Baylor will reset. Wallace dribbles to the wing on the right side here in front of us. Back out at the free throw line goes Davis. Spin, up, under, short, no good, but she was fouled.
She'll go to the free throw line shooting 2. She gets that offensive rebound because she's got such long arms. I mean, look at Nina Davis's arms. They're just long.
She and Prince both.
Yeah.
As that foul on Dio Olabode, her first, fourth team foul on Tech. Baylor with just one foul here in the early go. As Davis goes to the line, a 77% free throw shooter. It is up and it is out, no good.
She looked uncomfortable just shooting that thing.
Yeah, the form does not look quite right. As Cook Taylor back in and Arella Garantes gets her first break of the afternoon. Jones out. And let's see who's coming to the game. It's KK Cave, Khadijah Cave, a 6'3" senior out of Augusta, Georgia. Davis, a little push shot, and it's no good. Rebound, Olabode, and it remains 13-12.
Good aggressive rebound by Dio Olabode, who averages 5.6 rebounds in Big 12 play.
As Ionna Mckenzie will come in at the next timeout off the screen. Step back for three is short, no good. Rebound taken away by Prince, and she runs the floor on the left-hand side. Now looking around, now dump down to Cave, back out Prince. Good recovery by Caldwell. As now Cave comes to set the screen, step back, across the floor, Wallace on the right-hand side, on the wing right-hand side, off the screen by Cox. Wallace from 16 is good. Christy Wallace with her first field goal averages 6.5 a game, and it's 15-12. Again, the three-point lead for Baylor. Brooks to Caldwell, out high. This time guarded by Prince. Back to Brooks, dribble drive, working around, gets it up and under, and Davis blocks it. And right into the hands of Wallace, and Baylor will run the floor. Wallace was looking for an advantage, didn't get it, so wisely pulls it back out to the wing left-hand side. Cox dumped down inside quickly, catch by Cave, and they say they tie her up instead first.
Oh,
and
goodness.
Baylor will keep.
Sure looked like a travel there to me. Sure looked like a travel there. They got favorable call there, did Baylor.
As Ionna Mckenzie, 6'2" junior out of Gotha, Florida, and Grayson Bright, the 5'11" freshman out of Keller, in for your Lady Raiders. As Wallace inbounds to Prince. On the wing now, dumped down as Kalani Brown back in, doubled, back out to Prince, out on top to Cave. Left-hand side, Davis, pass deflected by Bright, and into the hands of Ionna Mckenzie. Boy, there's Gray with those great hands. Caldwell quickly left wide open for three off the rim, and no good. Davis with a rebound for Baylor. Minute 22 to play in the quarter, 15-12 Baylor as Wallace runs it up. Now stops on the wing right-hand side to Cave. They swing it around, and what do we got? We got a foul inside. This may be on Mckenzie.
Yeah, it's on Ionna.
But Ionna just trying to keep her out from getting favorable position.
The adrenaline is just flowing too much for the Lady Raiders here in this first quarter from three. We saw Laren Brooks miss one way over, just an air ball that went way over the rim. And that one by Rasay, just too much oomph on it. She was hitting them in shoot around.
As Kalani Brown will shoot for a big player at 6'7", a good percentage, 72% at the line. Takes her time, first free throw is up and off the rim, no good. Experience link-style golf and superb playing conditions at the Rawls course on the Tech campus. The Rawls course open to the public, so book your tee time now by calling 742-GOLF. That's 742-4653 or at therawlscourse.com. Be treated as a member for the day and receive a Troon golf experience.
Kalani Brown's dad, PJ Brown, played 15 years in the NBA. She missed the second one, including a stint with the Boston Celtics where he helped the Celtics win an NBA championship.
15-12 as Baylor continues their struggles at the line. 1 of 5 in this opening quarter as Terry hands off to Cook Taylor. Vonnie trying to work against Brown. Fade away, up, good!
Boy, she's got to hit that shot, and she does that so many times and does that so well, but did it with authority there.
15-14, again a one-point game. Is looking inside for Cave as, boy, she and Mckenzie really mixing it up. Prince, dribble drive to the wing.
Almost a double dribble.
As they'll let Cave have the 15-footer, rims out, no good. Rebound, Cook Taylor for Tech, and Tech with about a 3 to 4 second shot clock differential, and Candy Whitaker says, I want one, for a chance at the lead at the end of the first quarter. As they get it, Caldwell starts dribbling towards the wing with 10 on the shot clock. Caldwell looks around, now step back for three off the rim and no good. Rebound Brown, and here comes Baylor. Jones back up the court with 4. Jones step back for 3.
Yeah. Did she?
Yes, she did.
Well, she's got red on today, so that's okay.
Absolutely. Second quarter starts here with Tech trailing by 4 here at 18-14. Brooks out on top. Laren looks around, bounce pass in the high post, Terry. Baseline, Cook Taylor. Jump shot of the way is a little strong, no good. Rebound taken away by Prince, and back the other way come comes Baylor. Wallace back to Prince to Jones. In fact, if anything, and they get Mckenzie for a foul right there, bumping Kalani Brown. And on Ionna, that's her second. She's got 2, and Brittany has 2, and now Brew going to come back in. So Britt in, and Ionna takes a seat, but she's not afraid to mix it up.
No, she's not. And go ahead and use fouls on Ionna Mckenzie and kind of beat somebody up inside a little bit there.
As Wallace got to hurry to get it inbound, just does so to Jones, trying to work around Bright, stays in front of her, up, under move with the left hand, good.
But
boy, that is a tough move.
Real active high hand defense there, though, by Grayson Bright.
20-14, a 6-point lead here. Handoff to Bright, across the floor, Cook Taylor, as Garantis will check in at the next whistle. Vonnie on the lob, great catch, JT, up and counted, and a chance for 3.
Foul by Kalani Brown. Terrific pass inside, and they get the points in the paint there.
Second foul on Brown. As Cox in for Baylor, Garantis for Tech. So give JT her first field goal of the game and a chance for the 3-point play to try to get back within 3.
Cox from Flower Mound. She chose Baylor over UConn, Notre Dame, and Tennessee. She is really good. She's a freshman.
Free throw good. JT completes the 3-point play, 20-17.
3-point lead for Baylor.
Wallace out on top to Prince. Now back to Davis. Davis guarded by Brewers. Tech stays in the man-to-man. We saw a lot of this the other night against Kansas State, Chuck. Pass goes through the hands of Davis. Able to run it down. Jones guarded by Garantis, trying to work off of her. Looking, now the shot by Davis, no good. Cook Taylor with a rebound, and Vonnie runs it up in the middle of the floor. Bounce pass Garantis on the left-hand side. Arella fadeaway up and no good. Boy, goes to the floor, no call. Wallace across the line to Prince. As Prince on the wing right side, lob inside Cox, double down inside, blocked by Brittany Brewer. She says, not in my house.
And she captured the ball with her hands too, and she was able to catch it, and the Lady Raiders have it.
Brooks takes it down the paint, kicks it off Garantis. 8:20 to play first half, 20-17 Baylor. Wing right-hand side, Cook Taylor. Vonnie lobs it in. Terry turns from 12, up and no good. Rebound Cox for Baylor.
That may have been the furthest shot that she has taken from the field all season long.
From the baseline, she's taken some 15-footers, out right in front, but on the baseline, yes. Wing right side, Prince. Dump down inside Cox. Handoff back to Prince across the floor. Corner left side, Wallace. 3 over Cook Taylor and hits. Christy Wallace, a 36% three-point shooter, has given Baylor a 6-point edge at 23-17.
You just need to shoot the ball a little bit better, Mark. We're 7 of 21, 33%. Baylor's 10 of 17, 59%. Lady Raiders are 0 of 7 from distance.
Garantis back to Terry. JT back to Cook Taylor. Vonnie will now lob it inside. Nice catch, up, under against Cox, and short, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Cox gets it. And the foul, I think, on JT here.
It is. It's going to be a slap on the wrist, but boy, I sure thought that Cox might have gotten Terry before that. But Jada was trying to knock the ball out of her hands and hit her right on the right wrist.
But on JT, that's her first that I have. Let's see, is that, I believe that's what the official box shows, is JT out and Ionna Mckenzie back in.
And Jada, that was her first foul.
Okay. 23-17 Baylor. Wallace on the right-hand side goes toward the baseline, now brings it back to the wing right-hand side, looking inside Davis. Can't find her. Top of the circle, Prince. Left-hand side, Jones, the lefty for 3, no good. Brewer with a rebound for Tech. Candy Whitaker says push it. Garantis left open left side. Now they start off of her now as Garantis goes toward the paint from left to right, up, under, fade away. Count it. No, they're going to say step.
I thought she had an open 3 there when they got the ball down to her. She did not take it.
Dio Olabode in and Brittany Brewer with the 2 fouls out. So you've got both of your bigs, your starting bigs out anyway, as Rasay Caldwell back in for Vonnie right here with 6:57 to play in the half. Fox Sports Southwest serving up Red Raider and Lady Raider basketball all season long. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday for Double T Insider, powered by Texas Tech TV. And we thank those of you watching and listening to us via Tech TV today as well, in addition to along the Tech Sports Network. Down the paint, Wallace throws it up with the left hand. Too strong, no good, but there's Mckenzie.
Ball at the other end of the court, right by their bench.
23-17, a 6-point lead here for Baylor. Tech with it now as we go back to work. Brooks out on top, out high left-hand side. Garantis now with the right-hand dribble to Brooks on the wing. Off the solid screen by Mckenzie. Laren takes it down, up and no good, but draws the foul.
There you go.
And that one's on Khadijah Cave, her first. And on Baylor here in the second quarter, that is their third team foul. So Laren, who did not have a three in the loss to Kansas State, only the second game all year where she had made a three, will go to the line and shoot. First free throw is in and out, no good. She has made now 14 of her last 16 free throws after that miss. Second one, you bet.
She had 22 non-conference threes, just 14 in 10 Big 12 games. She had 22 in 11 non-con games.
23-18, a 5-point lead for Baylor. Davis with the right hand, guarded by Brooks. Kick it off Prince, guarded by Garantis off the screen. Get a little bit of a mismatch there, but Tech will just have to play with it as Wallace off the screen by Cave. Dump down inside to her, count it, and one, and that's going to be 3 on Ionna.
Yeah, she just bumped her.
Trying to recover on the little pick and roll there. That is 3 on Ionna Mckenzie here with 6:06 to play first half. Count the basket for Cave, her first points. And now Baylor has matched their biggest lead here at 25-18.
Well, you have played better defense here so far today. Much better defense, forcing them to work a little bit.
As Cave with the left hand with the basket, and now Baylor to their biggest lead of the afternoon at 8 here at 26-18. Brooks to Caldwell on the wing, right hand side, lob on the high post, Terry. Now backing down, Cave up, under, short, no good, but fighting for the rebound, and what do we got? And I think it's going to be on Baylor.
Foul on the ground.
And I think it's going to be on Alexis Jones. It is. As, boy, Arella Garantis mixing it up.
That's 4. Yeah, she's been crashing the boards today.
As Cook Taylor in, and Laren Brooks will take a seat.
Arella averaging about 5 rebounds a contest.
But most of those on the defensive end. So that's good to see, getting in there a little bit on the offensive end. It's off the inbounds, Cook Taylor with it. Step back, 15-footer from the elbow, off the front of the rim and no good. Rebound controlled by Davis for Baylor. Into the front court, Wallace. Out high, left-hand side, guarded by Cook Taylor. Working around the screen, and ooh, a little nickel dimer there.
On Ivonne.
On Ivonne, considering some stuff that's going on there. Little ticky-tack on Vonnie, her first. On Tech, their 4th team foul. So both teams at the 4 fouls here. So we could have a lot of free throws here over the final 5 minutes or so of this half, Chuck.
Lady Raiders 7 of 24 from the field. Going to have to start shooting better, 29%.
Jones up, under, counted, and one.
And see, this is something that you cannot do every time down, is getting them inside and fouling while they make the shot, and putting them at the free throw line to shoot. Although today, they've not shot well from the free throw line. They're 2 of 6.
But count the basket for Jones. The foul on JT. On Jada, that's 2. She has 2. Brewer has 2. Mckenzie has 3. For the and one. In and out, no good. Fight for the rebound. And what do we have?
Ball went out of bounds. Nina Davis and Jada Terry were fighting for it. Nina Davis just got carried out of bounds. Really, very fortunate there because really fortunate there because Jada Terry could have gotten called for a foul. She was pretty aggressive, but they called Davis for the foul.
Yep, and that's 5 on Baylor, and Kim Mulkey not liking that call either.
Of course not.
As JT will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 here. So as we mentioned, we could be seeing a lot of trips to the stripe before this half is over. The free throw by JT off the back of the iron, no good. Interim Home Care and Hospice of West Texas, the largest and most experienced provider of healthcare services. Interim Healthcare, dedicated to delivering expert care, centered on you and your individual needs. Go Tech. Oh, and a second one missed and a foul.
It's going to be on Arella Garantis.
Or Olabode. Let's see here. They've got 32 or 23. We need to check that. We'll see who they give that foul to there.
It's on Dio. You're right.
On Dio, that's her. Well, is that right? Garantis has 2. No, they gave it to Garantis.
Okay.
The free throw by Cave is good. So Rella with 2 as well.
So both teams are over the limit, so we're shooting free throws for the remainder of the half.
Cave, second one, knocks them both down, and now Baylor going to get into some pressures. They're on a push here. It's 30-18. as Caldwell doubled in the backcourt to Garantis. Arella working around, gets it up the floor to Cook Taylor. Vonnie now on the wing left-hand side as they beat the pressure. 30-18, Baylor by 12 here. Caldwell out on top as Tech will go to work. Terry at the free throw line with a couple three dribbles. Now handoff to Cook Taylor. Vonnie looks around, now starts toward the baseline. Now brings it back to the wing from 19, in and out and back in again.
That's your first field goal in 3 minutes and 44 seconds, Mark, and it breaks the string there. You're 0 of 5 from the field prior to that last shot.
30-20 now, 10-point lead here for Baylor. Jones to Davis, out on top, Prince pulls up at the left elbow, shoots off the rim, no good. Rebound, Olabode. As Caldwell runs it up into the front court on the right-hand side, handoff Garantis. Arella now with the left hand, going right to left, and an offense.
They're 0 of 7. If they could just shoot what they're averaging in the Big 12, they'd be within a couple of buckets here.
As into the lineup, Dakia Cohen, 6'2 junior out of Charleston, South Carolina for the first time. As Tech with some foul difficulties going to the matchup zone, almost a 1-2-2 type look. Right-hand side, Cohen around Olabode to the basket. Short on the layup, and Dio with a rebound. Tech, a little bit of a break there, but you sure take it. Caldwell into the front court, out of the corner. Cook Taylor, Vonnie now will take the three, and in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and that's going to be on JT, and that's three.
But they're just missing on those threes. I mean, she passed up one and decided to step up, then step back, and it's flat. That trajectory from Yvonne Cook Taylor when she's shooting is flat.
As Laren Brooks back in and Brittany Brewer back in as well, as free throws come in here, and we'll see who they put on the line here for Baylor, as it will be Khadijah Cave. 3 of 3 for the lefty today, a 66% free throw shooter. But we'll get 2 shots here. Taking her time, the lefty up and good.
From Augusta, Georgia, she had 6 points the other night and 8 rebounds in 18 minutes against Iowa State.
Against Oklahoma on Sunday was 8 of 9 from the floor. That one in and out, no good. Brewer with the rebound, 31-20. Baylor with the lead. They are on an 11-3 run right now since it was 2017 earlier in this quarter, following the and one by Jada Terry. Caldwell, right to left, up, under, traveled.
She is not happy about that. She did not think that she traveled. They got to get back on defense. So one thing you'd really like to do is see if you can get the score below double digits before halftime.
Wallace to Jones, who's back in, back to Wallace out on top. Back to Jones, now in the corner, Cohen. As they get it back, now swing it to Wallace. Ooh, thought she may have traveled, no call. Pump fake, can't shoot, and thrown away. Wallace, who is number 1 in the Big 12 in assist to turnover ratio, averages 3.5 assists to every turnover, but turns it over there as Natalie Cho, a 6'1 freshman out of Plano West, in.
She threw it over to the parents there, sitting on the front row on the far side away from the bench from the Lady Raiders. That's the 5th turnover on Baylor.
31-20, Baylor with an 11-point lead. Brooks looks around, bounce pass out high right-hand side. Caldwell working around Cohen all the way. Left-handed layup is good.
Got that one to fall, boy. It looked like it was going to fall out, but you really needed that bucket.
31-22 as we near the 3-minute mark to play first half. Cohen with the right hand trying to isolate. Now they get it out to Cho. The right hand working around Bright. Those two played against each other in high school. Layup short, no good. Cho gets her own rebound. Shot partially blocked and a foul.
It's on Brittany Brewer.
And that's 3 on Britt. Her 3rd foul here with 2:54 to play until halftime. And Ionna Mckenzie with 3 fouls is going to come back.
Yeah, you don't want to get Brittany Brewer with 4 before halftime.
Yeah. Ugh.
Cho's mother played for the Chinese national team.
Free throw no good as Cho, a 74% free throw shooter.
You got Brown's dad who played in the NBA, Cho's mom who played Chinese national team.
Definitely some in the bloodline.
There's no doubt.
Free throw by Cho off the back of the iron, no good. Caldwell runs it down, so 2 more misses for Baylor. It remains 31-22. Left side, Brooks, quick 3 on the way, off the front of the rim, and no good. Fight for the rebound, and there's Ionna Mckenzie. Boy, going to her knees for the rebound, and the foul is on Khadijah Cave, her 2nd.
That's a great rebound there by Ionna Mckenzie, and I was fearful that they were going to call her for a travel. Because you just don't know, right?
Yeah, you never know. As at the free throw line, 7 of 16, 44% on the year. It's the lefty, 3 dribbles, up, good. Ripping the cords, and it's 31-23 as Prince, Wallace, and Cox all in for Baylor. Cave, Cho, and Cohen out.
Baylor is 5 of 13 from the line today. Texas Tech is 5 of 8.
If you're going to win, you got to knock these down consistently, but that one in and out, no good as splits a pair. 31-23, an 8-point lead for Baylor. Jones, lob inside Cox, working against Mckenzie. Over the double, no. Davis follow, yes, and a foul.
They did a great job of fronting Cox there, especially Grayson Bright. They just could not come up with a defensive rebound.
Well, because Olabode had gone to kind of wall her up, leaving that backside wide open.
And Nina Davis is just too good a player. I mean, she's a senior, averages 5.2 rebounds in Big 12 play.
Making her 99th consecutive start here today. As the free throw up, off the front of the rim, and no good. Tapped around, still loose on the floor. And Ionna Mckenzie controls 33-23, a 10-point lead here for Baylor as we go under 2.5 to play in this opening 20 minutes. Brooks out on top, running the show here. Caldwell coming off a screen. Now they get it to her, guarded by Wallace on the wing left-hand side. Desai dribbles toward the baseline, now probes the baseline, up, under, shot blocked by Cox. Ball still loose on the floor, fighting for it, and Wallace comes up with it. As she runs it back up in the middle of the floor as we near the 2-minute mark to play in the half right now. 2 minutes to play in the half. 33-23, Baylor with a 10-point lead in the ball. Wallace out on top to Davis. Left-hand side to the lefty Jones. Lob inside Cox in the post, back to Prince. Now back to Cox, doubled, underneath Davis. Wild with a layup, no good. Olabode with a rebound. Brooks bringing it back up into the front court. Now dribbles left to right and circles back around.
I got to tell you, that was a tremendous back pass by Cox in the lane. I mean, that was unbelievable by a freshman, the presence that she had, and they missed a golden opportunity to get an easy one there.
Olabode up, under, fade away from 12, off the front of the rim and no good. Rebound Wallace for Baylor. She runs it up into the middle of the floor, gets it to Prince, up, under, around Cook Taylor, and drawing the offensive foul was Dio Olabode.
That was played really, really hard today.
And the foul is going to be on Alexis Prince. And Candy Whitaker wants a timeout right here with 1:17 to play, first half. And Chuck, I think a great point to take the timeout right now, because you want to make sure you've played a solid first half. You don't want to let Baylor get on like a little 4-0 or a 6-2 mini run to close the half.
Right, and if you could come down here and score some points of your own and get a stop and go back and score, that'd be terrific. But I think the point that you make is, don't do what you did at the end of the first quarter, where you had the ball. The shot clock difference was, about 3 to so seconds from the game clock, and Rashay Caldwell didn't really get up a very good shot, and they came down and hit a 3 before the buzzer. So you don't want to duplicate that here at the end of the second quarter.
As it remains Brooks, Caldwell, Cook Taylor, Mckenzie, and Olabode, the 5 for Tech on the floor. It's Wallace, Jones, Cox, Davis, and Prince, the 5 for the Lady Bears. As Brooks will bring it up, guarded by Alexis Jones. As Brooks looks around, now bounce pass Olabode, thought about the back door, nothing there. Now hand off to Cook Taylor out on top. Vonnie looking, trying to get around Davis. Floater off the glass and in.
She used her long arms to pull the ball back away from the defender and then put it up and kissed it off the glass.
33-25, an 8-point lead here for Baylor. Jones into the 17-footer hits.
Boy, she's just really good. Alexis Jones leads them in points. She averages almost 15 in all games, 13 in the Big 12.
She's got 12 points here in this first half. About an 11-second difference right now between the shot clock and the game clock. Brooks works around, now brings it back out to Caldwell. Rashay working on Wallace. Now brings it back out, Brooks, with 10 on the shot clock, off the screen by Mckenzie. Brooks trying to take Cox down, around, bounce pass, and it's kicked out of bounds.
But there's 4 seconds left on the shot clock. So
got to look for something here. Oh, but they Now, is this right? Do they put it back? All right, now they're looking at the clock here.
They gave the Lady Raiders 11 more seconds, 15 seconds on the shot clock.
In essence, you could play for the last shot of the half. Mckenzie, handoff back to Caldwell. Tech catches a break here as Caldwell wanting to go here on the right-hand side. Refuses the screen, now takes it down with the left hand all the way, lays it in!
At the buzzer!
And that's the way the first half.
Half.
How about Ionna Mckenzie starting the second half as we are underway as it's Mckenzie, Brewer, Vonnie, Garantis, and Caldwell. Dump down inside, Kalani Brown, left hand good.
Lady Raiders had to rush out onto the court as the officials were waiting on them and finally just handed the ball to Baylor.
37-27, a 10-point lead again for Baylor as Brew gets it to Ionna Mckenzie. Wing right-hand side, Caldwell here in front of us. Back out top the free throw circle to Cook Taylor, guarded by Wallace with a right hand, now step back. Oh, and lost it. Vonnie was thinking about the shot and accidentally lost the ball. Wallace gives it back, Jones, left side three is up and no good, and Britt clears it away, and back the other way comes Tech. 40 seconds into the second half.
6 turnover on the Lady Raiders just a moment ago.
Caldwell, 19-footer, in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Davis with it. Ooh, and she kind of pushed off right there on Vonnie, no call. Wallace out on top, wing left-hand side, Prince, dump down inside, Kalani Brown against Mckenzie, up, under, too strong, no good. Rebound, Brewer.
That's 2 straight times Brewer getting a rebound.
As JT gonna come in here at the next whistle. But boy, that 5-inch height advantage for Brown against Mckenzie inside significant, and Laren Brooks as well gonna come in. Caldwell as Wallace goes to the ground, three, good!
Finally got one.
The first three of the day, and it's 37-30. Quickly into the front court, Davis trying to work around Brew. Lays it up short, no good. Fight for the rebound. Mckenzie with it for Tech, and here comes Tech the other way. Caldwell runs it up into the front court. Rasay now takes it down into the paint with the left hand up and short, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Brown comes out of there with it. Gets it to Wallace as we go end to end. Wallace trying to work around Garantis all the way. Misses the bunny, thank you. And Cook Taylor with a rebound. Vonnie runs it back all the way into Brown. Left-handed layup, no. Followed by Mckenzie, no, and a foul by Prince.
Boy, that was really terrific rebounding there by Ionna Mckenzie, who's really playing hard end to end, Mark, helping out with rebounds, screens, whatever she can do. I think this was her first start of the second half this year.
Of any half, yes indeed. Chuck, that kind of took my breath away there.
Yeah.
Many straight trips, just fast and furious as back to the free throw line. She's been more active and has gotten to the line more recently as the first free throw rolls around and drops in. As Brooks and Olabode in, Brewer and Cook Taylor out. And Jada will come in for Mckenzie if she makes. 37-31.
Remember at one point in time, Lady Raiders trailed by 11. They've shaved 5 points off that lead.
Actually 12 at 30 to 18.
Yeah.
It is up. Off the front of the rim and no good. Rebound taken away by Davis as it remains a 6-point game. Baylor 37, Tech 31. Jones on the wing right-hand side. Thought about the shot inside. Brown running over a player, and they're going to say count the basket and a foul.
I think the foul's going to be on Ionna Mckenzie.
It is. I just smiling because she thought she had gotten the block. Instead, that's the 4th foul on Mckenzie here with 7:56 to play third quarter as JT in and Ionna out. So count the basket for Brown. She has both the field goals in this second half for Baylor.
But she's 0 for 2 from the free throw line today.
Missed a pair in the first quarter at 15 to 12. Brown a 72% shooter, and that one is good. Now with 7 points on the day for Kalani Brown, and it's a 9-point Baylor lead at 40-31. Brooks to Terry, top the free throw circle, JT. Now gets it back to Brooks on the wing right-hand side. Wallace again slipping as Brooks into traffic on the right-hand side, looking inside for Terry. Lob, and they got a 3-second violation on Tech.
Boy, on Jada Terry, I think she was even outside the box.
Right, when she caught it. That, to me, that's not a good call. Now, if she was in there 3 seconds before that, okay, but that seemed like the whistle was a little tardy, and I'll just leave it at that.
Need a stop.
Wallace out on top. Looks around now on the wing left-hand side. Jones looking inside for Brown as Jones almost dared to shoot by Caldwell as she can knock him down, dribbles to the baseline, now brings it back out. Kalani Brown from 16, no good. Fight for the rebound, tapped out by Davis to Jones, who takes it down. Skip past Wallace, out on High right-hand side. Prince for three is in and out, and no good. Fight for the rebound, and what do we got? Uh-oh. This
foul's going to be on Jada Terry. Boy, sure looked like there could have gone against Kalani Brown. She and Jada were really fighting inside, and just like that.
JT with 4.
You got 4 on Mckenzie and 4 on Jada Terry.
As Brittany Brewer with 3 back into the game here with 7:05 to play third quarter, 40-31. Off the inbounds to Jones. Dump down Brown, kick out back to Jones. Takes it down with the left hand over Brewer, up and no good. Tapped around and into the hands of Brooks. As Dio Olabode back into the game as well. Caldwell on the right-hand side here in front of us, lob inside Brewer. Brett with the left hand working around. Brown lays it up and in.
Boy, terrific move there by Brittany Brewer, getting around Kalani Brown, who couldn't afford to foul her.
Brett's first points of the game, 40-33. Brown trying to power, pushed off and got room for the basket. Wow.
They want a charge there. They wanted the elbow that was thrown there by Brown.
42-33. Garantis up, under, back to Brewer. Britt on the baseline, gives it back to Brooks. Brings it back out. Garantis and Tech will reset. 6:15 to play third quarter. Looking inside for Olabode. Instead, Rasay brings it back out with 7 on the clock. Rasay looks around against Jones to Brooks. Laren with the right hand dribbles to the baseline. Got to hurry.
Got to be aware.
And she stepped on the baseline, did Laren, trying to get it to Garantis for the shot.
That's twice that Laren has had the ball in her hands with the shot clock winding down. Had a shot clock violation, and there stepped out of bounds.
6 minutes to play third quarter, 42-33 Baylor. Jones to Prince, back to Wallace, out on top now to Davis. The couple of dribbles now to Prince with the left hand, stops at the free throw line to Jones on the wing left hand side. Dump down Brown, doubled, pass deflected off the hands of Davis, out of bounds. Turnover.
7th turnover on Baylor.
Now, Tech in that first half points off turnovers 8-2. Let's see if they can keep this up here and score off this Baylor mistake. Brooks gets it to Caldwell on the right-hand side. Rasay dribbles on top, now goes down the left-hand side of the lane, off the glass, and a little bit too strong, no good. Rebound Davis for Baylor, and back the other way she comes into the front court on the left-hand side, guarded by Garantis. Looking inside, lob it inside Brown, doubled. Out to Wallace for 3, it's on the way, and it is good.
Boy, kiss that net.
Christy Wallace with her second 3, and it's 45-33, a 12-point Baylor lead, matching their biggest of the afternoon.
At one point it was a 6-point deficit. Just like that, it's back up to 12.
Desperately need a basket on this trip. Garantis on the wing right-hand side trying to take Jones to the baseline, and a foul.
Tech with 5 to Baylor's 6. Second chance points tied at 4. Bench points 6-5 Baylor. Points in the paint 16-14 Baylor. But you've got to start shooting the basketball better. 1 of 9 and 33% overall from the field.
Off the inbounds, they work it around out on top to Cook Taylor. Vonnie off the screen by Dio from 17 off the front of the rim, no good. Brittany Brewer offensive rebound shot blocked by Prince.
Well,
and back the other way, yes it was. And back the other way and up underneath. Brown running the floor, layup good. Kalani Brown with 9 points in this quarter, and Baylor has their biggest lead of the afternoon here at 14.
All created because you could not hit that shot by Cook Taylor and couldn't get the bunny to fall for Brittany Brewer. She got blocked.
Vonnie shot in and out, no good. There's Britt again with a follow and no good, but she'll go to the line this time as the foul on Prince. That's her 3rd. So Britt will go to the line and shoot. She's made her last 6 at the free throw line. She's been 2 of 2 the last 3 games. Now up to 63% for the season. The free throw, of course, my fault, it rims out.
Brewer
go ahead.
I was going to say Brewer today with 8 rebounds to go with her 2 points.
Up, good. Knocks the back half down, and it's 47-34 as Cave in and Prince will sit.
Well, they just keep coming at you, don't they, from Baylor's standpoint. But boy, the Lady Raiders have really played hard and well today. 2 Baylor players in double figures. Jones with 12 and 11 for Brown.
As Wallace walks it up, guarded by Garantis, dribbles towards the wing left-hand side. Looking inside for Cave, can't get it to her right away as Dio bodying up on her. Wallace, floater good. Boy, a tough shot in traffic for Wallace. Good defense there by Garantis, but a better shot, and it's 49-34. Caldwell for the answer, up and no good. Brown with a rebound.
1 for 10.
A 15-point lead, ass underneath, knocked away by Olabodi.
It was really good too, because Khadijah Cave was ready to pick that ball up and off the pass and kiss it off the glass, but unable to do so because of Olabodi.
Wallace will inbound, looking underneath her own hoop, left-hand side. Got to hurry. She calls a timeout. Just does get it. And we'll
probably be surprised when they look at the score right now, but the Lady Raiders have a chance to make it even more of a game if they could just get the ball in the hoop.
Wallace again having trouble getting it inbounded, and thought she might have had a 5-second violation, but no. They dump it down inside. Brown doubled, kicks it off to Davis. Back out on top, Jones with 15 to shoot. And Davis taking it inside into traffic, throws it up, no good. Cave follow, yes. Khadijah Cave with her first points, 8 for the game, and it's now 51-34. As into the lineup for the first time for Tech, Brielle Blair, the junior out of Salisbury, North Carolina, along with Grayson Bright into the game. Garantis from 18, shot of the way, good. Hit off the back of the iron and just stuck and dropped in.
Finally got a break there.
51-36. See if Tech can begin the comeback here as Wallace out on top to Jones, right-hand side. Guarded by Bright, back to Wallace, left-hand side, Davis. Skip back across the floor, Wallace for 3 up and no good. There's Garantis skying for the rebound, a little foul.
Fouled from behind by Khadijah Cave.
And that's her third. Cave and Prince with 3 for Baylor. And that is the 4th foul of the quarter against Baylor. So here again, if you could find a way to get that 5th one quickly, have a couple minutes where you could be shooting free
the
throws.
other thing too is converting on these opportunities that you have. That's something you have not been able to do today.
Garantis on the left-hand side, dribbles out on top, now starts down, spin, left-hand shot, oh, off the back of the iron, would not drop. Rebound, Brown, into the front court, Jones, 3-on-2, Jones, lob for Davis, able to catch it, shot partially blocked from behind and a foul.
I think she's going to be fouled by Arella Garantis.
And that's Rel's third.
And see, you see what happened there is you get the opportunity, you put up the shot, and you're not able to get in. Baylor's so good, and Nina Davis inside again with those arms and her long fingers, is able to hang onto the basketball to be able to put the shot back up.
There's Davis, the free throw, in and out, no good. Lady Raider fans, support the restaurants that support Tech. Go to TexasTech.com and click on the Restaurant Partners button. Our preferred restaurants include Fuddruckers, Dickey's Barbecue, and 50th Street Caboose.
Baylor now 6 of 16 from the free throw line. That's 38%.
And boy, the way Davis shoots them, it is
uncomfortable.
It's almost like a push shot.
Yeah.
It is up, in and out, no good again. And there's Ionna Mckenzie back into the game, playing with the 4 fouls as Brewer out.
Got to get Brittany some rest too.
As Brooks refuses the screen down the paint, kicks it off Garantis, now swings it out on top to Blair. Brielle, all the way, left-handed layup, wild, no good. Rebound Brown, and gets it to Wallace up into the front court to Jones on the right-hand side. Takes it down into the paint, floater from 7, in and out, and no good. Rebound Garantis with the rebound, looking to run the floor here. As Garantis takes it with the left hand, fade away from 12, short and a travel.
That's Nina Davis providing good defense there. Garantis is trying to back up to get an open shot. But the Lady Raiders with 31 rebounds, 24 defensive rebounds. Both teams tied at 7 in the offensive rebounds.
As Garantis out and Caldwell back in, Alexis Prince back in for Baylor along with Lauren Cox. With 2 minutes to play in this third quarter, 51-36. Baylor with a 15-point lead in the basketball. On the lob inside, Brown catches, lays it up.
Too easy.
Brown with 11 in this quarter, and it's 53-36. And now this matches Baylor's largest lead of the day. Brooks to Bright, Gray out high, left-hand side, brings the top of the circle. Mckenzie now to Brooks. Off the screen, now Laren dribbles toward the baseline, guarded by Brown. Step back from 16, hits. Laren with her first field goal today, 53-38. As Cox out on top, she'll take for 3 and no good. Followed by Davis, no. Fight for the rebound, Brown, and she's fouled by Brielle Blair.
That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Raiders. Good that she did, because she probably was going to go back up and hit it off the glass, but man, you just could not get a rebound in there when you needed one.
As Brown back to the line. The MCM Elegante Hotel and Suites, full-service restaurant and bar, and the comfiest beds on the planet. The free throw no good. MCMEleganteLubbock.com. 4-star elegance at affordable prices. As Cook Taylor and Olabode back in, Bright and Blair will sit. As Kalani Brown misses the front end of that two-shot there.
She's 1 for 4 from the line today.
As we mentioned earlier, 72%, and that one rolls around and drops in. As Brewer back in and Mckenzie out. 54-38. As boy, Candy Whitaker's really had to shuffle those bigs with the foul trouble today.
Brewer doesn't have the 4th foul yet, and you're hoping that she can get into the 4th quarter before that would even happen.
Olabode, handoff Brooks for 3, yes!
That's really the first nice open 3 that Laren has had, but man, she knocked it down.
54-41, back within 13.
3 is the equalizer.
Cox underneath, good catch by Brown, layup good.
Brewer tried to provide good defense. The ball actually, I think, went through her arms as she had him up. Brown was able to catch it and shoot it.
Caldwell out on top to Brewer at the right elbow. Britt guarded by Brown. Handoff Cook Taylor. Now back to Rasay. Starts with the right hand out. Now out on top. Brings it back out. Tech will reset here. 10 on the shot clock. 33 left in the quarter. Caldwell looks around. Gets it to Brooks. LB throws up the 3. It's an air ball. Rebound Brown and up into the front court Wallace. And Baylor can play for the last shot. And Kim Mulkey says stop.
Great defense there a moment ago on Laren Brooks by Alexis Jones.
56-41, Baylor by 15 here. The final 10 seconds of the quarter. Wallace with a right hand. Now will step into a 16-footer and hit.
Yeah, she's really good.
Wallace with 7 in the quarter, 12 for the game. Brooks from half court puts it up and no good. Well, at the end, down 17 to start this 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get some shots to drop and put some pressure back on Baylor. Brewer harassed by Cox out on top. Handoff back to Caldwell. 2 of the better freshmen in the state last year going at it. Caldwell to Terry, thought about it. Now she'll take, and JT in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Prince comes out of there with it and runs it up into the front court for Baylor. As Prince looks around. Out on top, Cox, dump down. Kalani Brown catches, layup good.
They're so patient. Prince was wide open for a 3. She's a 40% three-point shooter, but just held up and waited for the offense to pan itself out, and they go inside to Kalani Brown.
19-point lead as Olabode will check in. Brewer underneath, layup good. 60-43. As Jones brings it up. Brown back to Jones on the wing, left-hand side for Baylor. The 17-point lead, Cox. Dump down, turn, Brown, layup, good. She's a machine right now underneath.
She's the biggest player on the floor. She's 6'7". She's a sophomore, and she is having maybe one of her best games of the year.
Can she go to the WNBA, please? Caldwell. Back out on top, Brooks. Straightaway 3, yes!
There you go. Good passing there by the Lady Raiders. They found Laren Brooks open top of the key, and she nailed it.
Her second 3, she's got 9, 62-46. Wallace to Cox, looking inside Brown and said swing it to Prince. Now back out on top, Jones. Guarded by Brooks in the man-to-man, trying to front Brown and double her inside whenever possible. Cox up and under, around Brewer, lays it up and in.
Well, she caught the ball, and Brittany lost her in defense, and Candy Whitaker wants a timeout. Come back, it's strictly because of their inability to make shots today. Everything else has been really good. The defense, the rebounding, not committing very many turnovers.
It's Olabode with it, hands off to Brooks. Laren dribbles right to left, now brings it back out to Caldwell. Works around Wallace inside, now kicks it back out at it, deflected and stolen by Prince. Back the other way comes Baylor, nice pass to Cave, layup good.
And she was just too far under, Rasay Caldwell was, too far under the basket. She got herself in trouble, and it was really just an excellent pickoff of the pass by Nina Davis, who was showing her skills today. 20-point
lead, Caldwell floats it inside for Terry, layup good. JT with a basket, 66-48. Her first points of the second half. Prince on the left-hand side off the screen by Cave. Back out Wallace will take the three and hit.
Well, she can make those.
Just 36%, but boy, it just seems like, Chuck, she's hit every one. Seems like she's made every one from distance that she's tried today.
She's 3 for 4 today from distance.
Brooks.
They are 4 for 10.
Off the flare screen, Caldwell now steps back and will take the 19-footer and hit. The save with 13, and it's 69-50. Back the other way, Cave lost it out of bounds. It'll be Tech's ball.
And guess who was right there to provide defense on Cave? Rashay Caldwell.
Got back quickly, you bet. 6:44 to play in the game, 69-50. As Brooks gets it to Cook Taylor. Looking around, back to Brooks, thought about it, now takes it down around Cohen, lays it up and no good. But Cohen, who just checked into the game, commits the foul. Her first is Dakia Cohen, the junior out of Charleston, South Carolina. And Vonnie will go to the line, or excuse me, Brooks, I'm sorry, to the line and shoot. And
Candy Whitaker clapping her hands at Laren because she really liked the aggressive play and liked the fact that she put the ball up in traffic and allowed herself to get fouled.
Free throw good, and Laren into double figures now with 10. Her 11th game this year where she's hit at least 10 points. As Jones back in and Cohen back out. 69-51. Make a basketball move over to Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Enjoy 100% Hill Country smoked meats, Rudy's signature sauce, and delicious sides. Both free throws good, 69-52. To Jones, looks around, ooh, travel, no call. Back to Wallace because she just kept shuffling those feet. Back to Jones. Looks around, now takes it down across the floor, Prince.
Unfortunately, you're the only one that saw that.
Prince, pump fake around Garantes, shot no good. Long rebound, Caldwell, and here comes Tech trying to push it up into the front court. Rasay, handoff Brooks, three on the way, is short, no good. Cave with a rebound. And back up into the front court, Wallace. Now back down underneath. Ooh, Davis running the floor nicely for the layup.
And Laren Brooks, to show you the skill of Christy Wallace, Laren Brooks knocked the ball out of her hand. She was still able to come up with it and hang on to it and make a great pass, all within a split second of each other.
Dump down inside, JT turns and scores over Cave.
Yeah.
JT with a basket, 71-54. Back down to 17 here with 5.5 to go, but just needing some stops desperately. And got to start cashing. Prince, shot no good. Fight for the rebound. Rebound to Davis. Up, under, no. Cave with this one. Tied up by Olabode. No. Dio with a foul.
I said the foul before the tie-up. But how about Nina Davis? She misses the shot, and then she's able to find her way through traffic and just sprint in there and get the rebound.
As Cave will go back to the line and shoot. Texas Tech University Divisions of Institutional Diversity, Undergraduate Education, and Student Affairs is the free throw no good. Dedicated to student success by preparing learners to be ethical leaders in a diverse and globally competitive workforce. Strive for honor evermore.
Nina Davis has got like rubber bands for legs. I mean, she just graceful yet can jump out of the gym.
Second one. Rolls out, no good. Cox with a rebound, no. She and Brewer fight for it, and it's going to be Baylor ball.
Yeah, it just went. Brittany could not hang on to it and went down and off. Ball bounced off her foot.
Oh, okay. Let's just replace Cave with Kalani Brown back in for Baylor. Let's go for a 6'7" instead of a 6'3" inside. Off the inbounds, Wallace to Jones. Back out Wallace, thought about it for three. Swings it on the right side, Prince. She will take the three off the rim, no good. Rebound, Garantes for Tech. So near 5 minutes to play in the game, 71-54. Baylor with the lead as Garantes out high left-hand side on the wing to Caldwell. Dribble drive on the baseline, Caldwell. Rasay kicks it off, Brooks, corner, three. Off the back of the rim, no good. JT fights for it, gets back to Brooks. As Laren across the floor, Garantes pump fake against Cox. Step back for three, up in. Barely draws iron. Did Jones get a piece of that maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think so. Just air ball.
4:40 to play in the game. Dump down inside, Cox doubled back to Brown at the free throw line to Jones. This boy Brown and Terry just going at it. Wallace on the wing, left-hand side, up, under, now kicks it off Prince. Dump down, Brown, great catch, and Brown misses the bunny. Thank you. Garantes with a rebound with 4:20 to go in the game, 71-54. Back to Caldwell. Rasay off the solid screen by Terry down the right-hand side. Floater with the left hand, got creative, shot no good. Rebound Cox, and Baylor runs back the other way. Wallace with it. Wallace trying to work around Brewer, just threw it up, and it ended up going off the side of the backboard. How awkward was that? Garantes quickly up into the front court, gets it to Brooks on the left-hand side. Laren across the floor, Caldwell squares, 4-3, off the front of the rim, and no good. Brewer with the offensive rebound, picks it up, now has it knocked away and stolen by Jones, and back the other way comes Baylor. And Jones says, I've had enough of this run, and I'm just going to walk it up.
I think that was Brittany's problem, too. She was gassed coming off of that rebound.
As we go into 3:40 to play in the game. 71-54. As Wallace dribbles to the wing, the lob inside, Brown on the backdoor, layup good.
And where they are from three at 17% of 3 of 18. But everything else, you really played man-to-man and toe-to-toe with Baylor here today, and they're the number 2 team in the country. You just shoot the ball a little bit better. You can capture this and play this way the rest of the way down this Big 12. You're going to win a ball at basketball games.
Garantes out on top, now down the right-hand side, kicks it back out on the wing to Brooks, guarded by Wallace. Refuses the screen as Brooks starts toward the baseline, gets to Brewer at the right elbow. Now back to Brooks in the corner right side. LB with 8 to shoot. Now brings it back out on the switch for 3. It's up, it's good. Laren with her third 3 of the half, and it's 73-57. Back within 16, but got to get stops. Wallace, dump down Brown. Wanting to work against Brewer, spins, layup, good. Brown with 8 in the quarter, 24 for the game, 22 of them in this second half.
Kalani Brown has been on fire. She's been in the zone. She's had the matchup. She's had the advantage. She's took advantage of her body today.
Brooks from 19 back the other way off the front of the rim and no good. Rebound Jones gets it to Brown one-on-one. Brown at 6'7" against a 5'8" Cook. Taylor running the floor. Cox missed the layup. And back the other way comes Bonnie in the middle of the floor. Thought about it for 3. Now we'll step back and now we'll try to work around Jones. Step back from 17, up and no good. Mckenzie fights for the rebound but comes out in the hands of Prince. Now to Wallace, running up the floor, gets it to Jones across the line as we near the 2-minute mark to play in the game. As on the wing right side, Jones to Cox out top of the free throw circle with 2 minutes to go. Brown on the bounce pass, lost it. Baylor turnover, and here comes Brooks the other way as Laren fouled by Alexis Jones.
Just the second team foul on Baylor. I think Ionna Mckenzie knocked that ball loose.
As Bright and Blair in for Tech, Garantes and Brewer will sit. As Jones, Cox, and Brown out. Cho, Davis, and Cave back in. And Arella in and Vonnie out.
You know, make sure everybody's got 5 on the floor here with all those changes, right?
Absolutely. With a bit at 55 to go in this one. Definitely encourage fans to stick around. Of course, Tech men in action a little bit later tonight at 6 in a game that for them is about as close to must-win as they've had this year as they get Oklahoma here coming up at 6 o'clock. Garantes down the left-hand side, floater up and too strong. Mckenzie fights for the rebound, but instead ends up in the hands of Davis.
Well, I think if you have hopes to get to the NCAA tournament, you got to win tonight.
If you're the men, I would agree.
Yeah.
As dump down, Davis working around Mckenzie, layup good. Nina Davis with 4 in the quarter, 12 for the game, 77-57. Again, the lead is 20 here for Baylor. But considering Baylor beating people by almost 40 a game.
Baylor's had 28 points in the paint here in the second half.
After just 12 in the first half.
Right.
Garantes out on top. Baylor in the sticky man-to-man. With 8 to shoot, just over a minute to play. Garantes down the left-hand side. Floater with the left hand, good! And she'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
We can say this about this Lady Raider team. This is not the Lady Raiders that we saw on Wednesday. This is not the Lady Raiders that we saw definitely last Saturday. Not what we saw in Arkansas, Mark. They have played really hard today. They have played together, just haven't made shots. Part of that's because of Baylor and the defense that they provide, because Baylor is really, really, really good.
Yeah, they are, no question.
If you had one more shooter, if you had one person on fire today, this would be a single-digit game and maybe the game on the line right now.
Garantes with 8 points this afternoon, looking for number 9. It's up, it's in and out, no good. Just her 6th miss all year at the free throw line, 77-59. As into the game, Juicy Landrum, a 5'9" freshman out of Waco, La Vega. Cohen shot inside, no. Davis followed, no good. Blair with a foul.
The other thing that's stunning is that nobody's fouled out of this basketball game.
Oh, man. I mean, you want to talk about, how Candy has just been magnificent in rotating players.
Moving people in and out all day long. And you've had people step up and play some minutes today, like Ionna Mckenzie and Grayson Bright. Dial Labode early, too.
As Davis free throw is good. Davis with 13 points this afternoon, 78-59.
Baylor's 8 of 22 from the line. Lady Raiders are 9 of 16.
It is up, in and out, and back in again. Rolls around, drops. 79-59. Again, the lead 20 here for Baylor with 42 seconds to go. Brooks to Bright on the wing, right-hand side. Gray with a left-hand dribble and gets it to Garantis on the wing right side as Rell brings the top of the free throw circle, looking around off the screen. Brooks on the right-hand side takes it down and throws it up, and it won't drop, but she'll get a chance to shoot free throws. As the foul on Juicy Landrum. As she played high school basketball with Tech redshirt Aaron DeGrade at Waco La Vega.
Well, she'll see Aaron DeGrade next year.
As Brooks.
And that'll make a big difference, too, inside.
Laren with 9 points in this quarter, 15 for the game, and it's 79-60. Second one on the way. Good.
She's got 16. Good to see Mercedes Caldwell shooting more shots today. She was 6 of 18, 1 of 8 from distance, though, but still good to see her getting more shots off today than what we've seen the last couple of games.
79-61, and Baylor can just run it out if they so choose, and it looks like that's what they're going to do here, as Landrum will just dribble it out here. I tell you what, some would have thought that
yes.
Tech had